Let me introduce you to one of the finest places in Ireland. I'll give you some historical background, some viewpoints, some heritage stories and eccentricities, and at the end I'll give you my own personal reflections, so watch until the end. One of the Ireland's most breathtaking treasures. Named by National Geographic, the Earth's most beautiful gardens in the world. Welcome to Powerscourt House and Gardens. Nestles at the foot of the Wicklow mountains and always watched over by the majestic Sugarloaf mountain. This estate is a masterpiece of art, landscape and history. Probably you have seen it in films and television without noticing it. Today I'll guide you through its most iconic places. Whimsical tower, serene Japanese walks, powerful fountains, ancient walled gardens and a grand Italian terrace. These gardens stretch across 47 acres, crafted over centuries of vision and craftsmanship. Voted among the top 3 gardens in the world, Powerscourt blends the elegance of Europe with the wild spirit of Ireland. So join me as we explore the beauty, the stories and the soul of this extraordinary place. Before we step into the gardens, here's a quick look of the story behind the Powerscourt. The estate began in the 13th century, when a Norman nobleman, La Poer, later known as Power, built a castle here to control access through nearby valleys and rivers. In the 18th century, the Winfield family transformed the medieval fortress into a grand Palladian mansion. They brought in German-born architect Richard Castles, whose work shaped some of Ireland's most iconic buildings. But it was in the 19th century the Powerscourt Garden truly comes alive. Architect Daniel Robertson designed the terrace and much of the landscape, famously directing work from a wheelbarrow due to a goat, shopping each day when his sherry bottle ran out, or so the story goes. In 1974, a devastating fire destroyed much of the house. It remained a shell of over 20 years before restoration finally gave it new life in 1996. Today Powerscourt stands as a living blend of medieval roots, Georgian ambition, Victorian creativity and modern Irish pride. We begin among the classical statues and decorative gates, many collected during European travels of Powerscourt family. Each figure adds myth and artistry to the landscape. One of the estate's most charming structures is the pepper pot tower, built in 1911 and inspired by a pepper shaker from the dining table. It served as a playful lookout point, offering sweeping views across the estates. Nearby historical gates, including a Bamberg gate brought from the German cathedral, add a sense of old world drama to the garden paths. The next part will be a nice path after you leave the pepper pot tower, which you go through amazing, huge trees and beautiful bushes, flowers, and then you reach the next step will be the Japanese gardens. So created in 1908 by the 8th Viscount and Viscounties, the Japanese gardens offer a peaceful escape. Stone lanterns, Japanese maples, azaleas, and winding paths create a space filled with color and atmosphere. A moss-covered grotto invites you into a quiet, hidden world. A favorite spot for reflection, romance, and even the occasional proposal. This area feels like stepping into another culture, another rhythm, and another moment in time. I will leave you to enjoy the next couple of minutes just looking around that beautiful Japanese garden, and then we'll continue with the rest of the tour. Stepping out from the Japanese garden, the stage opens dramatically to reveal the grand terrace view and the powerful Triton fountain. Inspired by the fountains of Rome, Triton rises above the water, framed by the house above the great terrace, descending towards the lake. Robertson's terrace, built by over 100 workers across 12 years, create one of the most iconic visits in Ireland. Coming to the most touching and eccentric corners will be the pet cemetery that I have to apologize because the camera suddenly didn't turn on and I didn't realize, but I'm going to explain a little bit while we're walking through these paths that are carefully designed to encourage exploration, hiding hollows, secret corners and surprising visual access. Across the state are hundreds of species of trees, shrubs and flowers, over 200 varieties according to some sources. From certain walkways you get panoramic views, not just of the gardens, but of the wider Wicklow countryside and the scenic shore of mountains. So in this cemetery, dogs, horses, cats and even family cows are laid to rest here, each with charming and heartfelt inscriptions. One legendary resident, Eugene, the Jersey cow, produced over 100,000 gallons of milk in her lifetime. This space offered a gentle reminder that the state was not only magnificent, it was lived in, loved, and filled with companionship. Leaving the path and coming up to the Dolphin pond that provides a moment of calm. At its center stands the elegant fountain, more Renaissance fish than dolphin, reflecting beautifully on the still surface of the water. It was designed to create balance in the landscape, serving as a quiet pause between the garden's more dramatic features. Now we enter the historic walled gardens, once the heart of a working estate. These walls sheltered fruits, vegetables, flowers and herbs for the house above. Inside you'll find one of Ireland's finest herbaceous borders, the Serene Julia's Memorial, and a fragrant rose garden. This area feels intimate, warm and deeply human. Powerscourt's charm isn't just its beauty, it's in the stories behind it. The Winfield family shaped the estate across generations, collecting the statues, traveling Europe, and bringing back cultural influence that transformed Wicklow into a world-class garden landscape. Daniel Robertson's humorous reputation, designing from a well barrow with a bottle of sherry, adds a wonderful human touch to the monumental terrace he created. And the Pet Cemetery, which is heartfelt inscription and legendary animals, reveals a softer side of life at Powerscourt. Even the whimsical Pepper Pot Tower stands as a reminder that these gardens weren't just designed to impress, they were designed to be enjoyed. Finally, we descend through the Italian garden, the grand centerpiece of Powerscourt design. Inspired by the villas of northern Italy, the terrace leads you toward Triton Lake in perfectly balanced symmetry. Urns, statues, stonework, and sweeping views all guide your eye towards the Sugarloaf Mountain, creating a scene that feels both artistic and natural. Beneath your feet, some of the cobblestones were gathered from Bray Beach, connecting this masterpiece of landscape design with the Irish coast. As you walk toward the water and look back of the mansion, you see Powerscourt exactly as the designers intended, a living painting where nature and architecture blend into one unforgettable vista. As our journey through Powerscourt comes to an end, I'm reminded of why this place resonates so deeply. It is more than a garden. It's a tapestry of Irish landscape, European inspiration, family legacy, and centuries of creativity. Each path, each fountain, and each hidden corner tells part of the story. Walking these grounds connects us not only to nature, but to the people who dreamed, designed, lived, and loved here. I see Powerscourt as a microcosm of Ireland's connection to Europe, in design, in art, in travel, in passion. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this journey, feel free to like, subscribe and share your favorite part of Powerscourt in the comments. Until next time, may your travels be full of wonder and may you always find beauty in history.